Can you hear me there?
Yes, sir.
All right, what is your name?
Tracy Langford.
All right. Mr. Langford's on page 3. All right, Mr. Langford, you're here today to be arraigned on a charge of probation violation. You have the right to an attorney. Do you want to have a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you since you're in jail. Mr. Vaughn with the public defender's office is here. I've handed him a copy of the affidavit of violation of probation. And do you wish to have a formal reading of that?
No, Judge, I'm willing to plead not guilty.
Plea of not guilty is entered. When do you want to set this? Next month?
We can, Judge.
December 16th. All right, we set your hearing December the 16th. Mr. Vaughn will be in touch with you to get you ready for that hearing. Thank you.
All right.
Judge, will you ask him where he's being housed at?
Where are you being housed? Rutherford County?
Rutherford County.
Rutherford County.
And I would request, based on the seriousness of these charges, that this be reset maybe to a status in February, because we need to review the offer is to plead to the indictment. And we've got a lot of factors we need to look at and advise him on before we just say, we'll come in and plead to the indictment.
So do you have any opposition to setting another status day? Well, since this is aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, attempted second-degree murder, and vandalism, we'll give you another opportunity, but that's going to have to go on my docket in March.
Yes, Your Honor.
So March the 10th, is that what we said?
That'll give us even more time. I appreciate it.
It is March the 10th for criminal docket. That will be the final plea day, and we'll set your trial date after that if it's not disposed of. So. All right. And at the jail, whenever you're ready to bring somebody in, we'll take them up, and then I'm going to skip back and forth with the active docket between the jail and here. So 2021 CR 19217 State versus Donny L. Biggs.
Mr. Biggs, Judge, he's here on a violation of probation, stemming from a vandalism charge that's still in sessions for it. It's set for tomorrow, but General Wolfe and I have already worked it out. Pending your approval, he's going to admit that he's in violation and then be reinstated to probation, Judge.
All right, Mr. Biggs, raise your right hand. Let's place you under oath.
I do.
State your full name for the record.
Donny Lee Biggs.
You can put your hand down now. Thank you. Mr. Biggs, you're here today on a charge of probation violation. Your lawyer has indicated that based on the agreement with the state that you're going to be reinstated to probation, but I need to make sure you understand your rights. Do you understand you have a right to plead not guilty to this charge and to have a hearing in this court where the state would be required to prove to the legal standard that you had violated your probation?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you understand that you would have the right to have a lawyer and have one appointed if you could not afford your own? And we've done that with a public defender.
I do.
Do you understand that if we had that hearing and I found you guilty, you could appeal whatever I did in your case to the Court of Criminal Appeals and have a lawyer appointed to help you with that appeal?
I do.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to that hearing and that appeal? All I'm going to do is approve your lawyer, what your lawyers worked out with the state.
I do.
All right. Then do you understand everything I've explained to you?
I do.
Do you want to plead guilty to the charge of probation violation?
I do.
All right. Then upon your plea of guilty, I find you guilty or that you be revoked to serve your sentence, but by agreement of the state, we will reinstate you to probation. And he needs to make sure he stays in touch with his probation officer. Mr. Vaughn, would you, we had a hearing yesterday where we had a very short lawyer who was here. Would you lift that microphone up just a little bit there? Well, there you go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. See the probation department before you leave. At the Cheatham jail, can you hear me okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just whenever you want to bring any of the inmates in, go ahead and start. I'm going to run through the docket, and when I see there's an inmate there, I'll take them up and then come back to the people in the courtroom, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. 2022 CR 19303 State versus Mark Collins. Collins, you're here today to be arraigned on a charge of violation of community corrections. You have the right to an attorney. Do you wish to have a lawyer represent you?
Yes, sir.
Are you planning on hiring a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is alleging that you were placed on probation for a period of 8 years with the Community Corrections Program on or about September the 13th of 2024 for the offense of probation violation, with the original charges of evading arrest, convicted felon in possession of a weapon. It's alleged that you have violated your probation by violation of Rule 8, which states that you will refrain from the use of any intoxicants and so forth. And it alleges that you submitted a urine sample August 25th, 2025 to Aber Health that confirmed positive for THC on September the 4th, that you submitted a urine sample on September the 4th that was positive for alcohol. Those are the grounds for the violation of your probation or community corrections. I'll show that you have been arraigned. I will enter a plea of not guilty. We will set you for December the 16th for a hearing. You need to make sure that you hire a lawyer and have that lawyer with you on that day. Okay.
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you. December the 16th. All right, at the jail, what is your name, please?
James Dubois.
Mr. Dubois is on page 1.
Wow. He's got several charges pending out of Dixon County. I believe though he has a suppression motion for those cases set in February. If we could just track this with those.
You want to set it for February VOP day?
Yes, Judge, because
All right, Mr. Dubois, you have apparently other pending cases and there are motions to be heard in those cases. And so your lawyer is asking to track those cases while setting your case for February 25th.
I go to court in Dixon February 27th.
So it's February 26th.
We can just give him the
27th.
All right, we'll put you on the March VOP day, March 31st. We have the State versus Curtis Dade, which I show is on the docket today to set the motion for new trial. We're waiting on Mr. Atchison, is that correct? As soon as he arrives, let me know. We'll try to take that up. 25 CR 19775, State versus Paul Dixon.
And
It is.
but,
He has a trial date set January 15th and expected to take 2 days to try. And then we have the last day to enter a plea would be January the 6th. So the trial judge has given you the January 6th date as your last date to try to dispose of the case.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with General Willoughby. I believe that Mr. Dixon was arraigned on September 9th. I had filed a request for discovery. General Willoughby's, we're working to try to get that discovery. There's been technical difficulties and different things that have occurred. The point of the matter is, Your Honor, I still don't have the discovery. And so I spoke with General Willoughby, and subject to your approval, we're asking that the plea date and the trial date be reset to March. So that gives me adequate time to receive and go.
I don't have a problem with that, but it's in front of, that date that's set for trial is set in front of Judge Lockhart Mash. So I would suggest that you contact Judge Lockhart Mash's office and ask her to allow you to pass that to the March docket or to her next docket here. I'm certainly willing to let you put it in March, but I don't want to take it off of her docket. I don't think she would appreciate me continuing a case that's set for trial. So I'd suggest you contact her office and see what she says.
I'll email her clerk today.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. He was only here today for attorney status, so Mr. Thompson, we show you as the lawyer. All right, at the jail now, what is your name, please?
Teague. Taylor Teague.
Judge, I represent Mr. T being held elsewhere, stemming from new charges. I believe.
What page is he on?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Page 4.
He's got some things going on in a different county, Judge. If we can set this to my next date in January.
In January. Taylor Teague. All right, January 27th for hearing. So. All right, Mr. Teague, your lawyer will be in touch with you and get you ready for your hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
2024 CR 19559, State versus Shannon Elliott. I think this is only on the docket for, it's a post-conviction relief petition. And so we have to do an order. So we'll try to get that done in the next day or so. All right, moving down the docket then. All right, at the jail, what is your name, please?
Chris Finch.
Judge, that'll be for hearing if Mr. Finch can just.
Mr. Finch, you're going to bring you over for a hearing, so we'll need to bring you into the courtroom. Thank you.
Judge, I remember Mr. France. Today is his final plea day. He's got two separate cases. One is involving theft of property, 10 to 60,000. And the other is an aggravated domestic assault and violation of protective order. He has indicated to me this morning that he does not wish to take the offer, which the offer would be 2 consecutive A misdemeanors. The ag assault will be amended to regular assault, and then the order protection violation will be ran consecutive. General Willoughby's offer to the D felony theft was an A misdemeanor theft running concurrent with the 2. But Mr. Krantz is still deciding to decline that offer. And
Right.
I know that there's some suppressible issues in Mr. Willoughby's case, but we can set General Silver's for trial in March.
Right, today is your final day to try to resolve your case by an agreement, and it's my understanding that there is no agreement, so we will set it for trial in March. General Silver, you have, I think, specific days, is that correct?
We could just do another status day and set it both. We can handle the suppression issue in March, and then the next time you be back on will be July, maybe calendar will kind of clean up by then.
March looks pretty rough for me, July is the 2 count.
Okay,
I'm not upset with that. That wouldn't be bad.
so you want to just set it for status in March,
Yes. Judge.
on March the 10th?
And is there a motion day for the suppression hearing with the trailer?
Well, we have set motions on the 5th of March,
Okay. And then
so let's
piggyback off of that.
put it on the 5th of March.
Okay.
And I can tell you that probably whatever is on the 5th that doesn't get heard will roll probably to the 6th. So we'll go ahead and put as many as you need to on the 5th, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right. At the jail, what is your name, please?
There's Jonathan Gardner on page 2.
He's here on a violation of probation stemming from aggravated assault, I believe, or an aggravated trespassing out of Davidson County. He's got some pretty significant medical issues. Spoke with General Willoughby. Mr. Gardner is going to admit that he's in violation of his probation and be reinstated.
What Mr. Garner needs to realize is this is the second time. They're kind of petty violations. I know the jail doesn't like accommodating his medical needs, but the next time is it. Strike 3.
Do you hear that, Gardner?
Say again.
Mr. Gardner, raise your right hand. Let me place you under oath. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down now. State your full name for the record.
Jonathan Eugene Gardner, Jr.
Mr. Gardner, you are here today on a probation violation. It's been indicated that you want to enter a plea of guilty to this charge and by the agreement of the state, be reinstated to probation on time served. But do you understand you have a right to plead not guilty and to have a hearing in this court where the state would be required to prove to the legal standard that you had violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you would have the right to have a lawyer and have one appointed, as I've done with the public defender?
Yes, sir.
You understand if we had that hearing and I found you guilty, you could appeal whatever I did in your case to the Court of Criminal Appeals and have a lawyer appointed to help you with that appeal?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering this plea, you're waiving your right to that hearing, to that appeal. All I'm going to do is to find you guilty and reinstate you to probation on time served. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you understand what the state is saying, that this time they really mean it when they say that you're going to go to jail if you violate your probation again? You understand that? They don't mean it. They don't mean just really. They mean it really seriously that they're going to send you to jail. Do you
Okay.
understand that?
Yes, sir.
what I want you to understand is it doesn't matter whether the state says they want you to go to jail. The next time you appear in front of me on a probation violation, I'm going to send you to prison regardless of your medical conditions. And that medical condition is the only reason the state says that they're not seeking to have you incarcerated right now. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your last chance to prove that you can stay on probation despite your medical condition. And upon your plea of guilty, I find you guilty, order that you be revoked to serve your sentence, but by agreement with the state and based on your medical condition, we'll reinstate you to probation one last time. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Are you Tabitha Gautreaux?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Gautreaux, you are here today to be arraigned, I think, on a charge of, actually, you were here for arraignment on a charge of driving on a license revoked, DUI second offense, and in violation of the implied consent law. And then I think you were taken into custody on the 10th for a Dixon County warrant. You have the right to an attorney for this charge. Do you wish to have a lawyer represent you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, and I'm handing him a copy of that indictment. Mr. Vaughn, do you wish to have a full reading of that?
No, Judge will waive that in or plea not guilty.
Plea of not guilty is entered. Do you want to set this for any sort of hearing?
General Stevens' case, he asked for it to be put on the February status date, which he believes to be 2/10.
All right, February the 10th for status. Your lawyer will be up to talk with you and try to get you ready for a hearing on February the 10th. That's for status. If the case can be resolved on that day, then if it can't be, then it'll be set for trial. All right.
Yeah, Your Honor, I have a deal with, Dixon. I will be doing a 6-month rehab. Hopefully, the latter of that part will be, IOP, but I'm not sure I can make February because I'm doing a 6-month rehab program to flatten out my, and that will flatten out my everything in Dixon County, sir.
Your Honor, I was in Dixon yesterday, and it's my understanding that that John has reached out to Tim Richter, who will be her attorney in our office. And if they can get her furloughed, I'm sure Mr. Richter will work on getting it regardless of what her status date
We'll
is.
work with whatever your cases in Dixon County. If they're putting you into a rehab program, we will work with you here to try to coordinate. The same public defender's office will represent you. It will just be maybe a different assistant, but they'll work with getting you into this rehab if that can be done. And then we'll postpone your hearing date according to where you are with your rehabilitation.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Yes, Your Honor. I understand.
All right. So they'll talk with you about it and get everything worked out, hopefully.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Okay.
Like the next one on the regular docket is 2020 CR 18932, State versus Dustin Lee Parker.
Judge. That is Mr. Richter's case. It's pending mental evaluation. He had indicated that if we can just keep this on his docket, which will be next month, just a February VOP date
You want it on February VOP?
or I'm sorry, December date. Well, let's do that.
All right, February 10th. Okay. Dustin Lee Parker on page 3. All right, at the jail, are you David Graham?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Graham is on page 2.
Judge, I represent Mr. Graham. This is stemming from charges out of Murfreesboro. I know that those are still pending. He had a preliminary hearing on those. He was supposed to be transported back in November, but wasn't. I've reached out to the PD there with no luck. I'm trying to get him transported, but the long and the short of it is we just need a new date, maybe in January.
You want the January date?
Yes, Judge.
All right. January 27th. The lawyer's working on your case, but we're resetting you for January 27th for a hearing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2025 CR 19725, State versus Jordan D. Pettigo. Mr. Lockhart.
Yes, Your Honor.
We have a offer that we've agreed on as far as the term of his probated sentence. but we haven't got all the counts specified. General Andrews in juvenile court this morning. He has no objection if the court doesn't mind resetting this to like December the 9th, so we can have all the details. But it's going to plea. We've agreed to the overall term. So
I've spoken to General Hyde on this.
December 9th.
thank you, Your Honor. See you then.
Right at the jail. Are you Richard Leister?
Yes, sir.
Judge, I represent Mr. Leister. We've got his worked out. He's going to admit that he's in violation, Judge. It's a couple of drug screen issues. But he's going to admit he's in violation. He's going to be transferred to community corrections with the understanding that by January, he needs to be in at least a 6-month inpatient rehab facility.
Mr. Leister, raise your right hand. Let's place you under oath. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, thank you. Put your hand down now. State your full legal name for the record.
Richard Dwayne Leister.
Mr. Leister, you're here on a probation violation. You've heard your lawyer state what the agreement is, that you're going to plead guilty to this charge and be transferred to community corrections with the understanding that as a condition of your probation with community corrections, you will be required to enter into a 6-month, minimum 6-month rehabilitation program as a part of your sentence. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand, however, that you have a right to plead not guilty to the charge of probation violation and to have a hearing in this court where the state would be required to prove to the legal standard that you had violated your probation.
Yes, sir.
You understand that you would have the right to have a lawyer and have one appointed, as I've done with a public defender.
Yes, sir.
You understand if we had that hearing and I found you guilty, you could appeal whatever I did in your case to the Court of Criminal Appeals and have a lawyer appointed to help you with that appeal.
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering this plea, you're waiving your right to that hearing, to that appeal, and all I'm going to do is to approve what your lawyers worked out.
Yes, sir.
But you understand that that's going to impose on you the obligation. Mr. Vaughn, by January, what was the date that he has to enter into?
If we can just put him on whatever arraignment day is in January.
January 9th? January 13th.
And then
By
he's,
January 13th, you're going to have to be enrolled in an inpatient facility, rehabilitation facility for a minimum of 6 months or longer. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand everything I've explained to you?
Yes, sir.
You want to plead guilty according to this agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I find you guilty of violating your probation or that you be revoked to serve your sentence, but based on your time served and by agreement of the state, you will be reinstated to probation, transferred to community corrections with the additional requirement that you enter into and complete successfully at least a minimum of 6 months rehabilitation, inpatient rehabilitation program. And you'll have to have that enrolled and be in that program by January 13th. So you're going to have to get on it once you get out, okay?
Yes, sir.
But as soon as you're out, you need to see your community corrections officer.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. That's the judgment of the court. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Are you Cody Morris?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morris, you're here today on a violation of probation. Mr. Vaughn, what are we doing with Mr. Morris?
Judge, Mr. Morris still has a charge pending out of sessions that he needs to get up with this. I believe drug court is in Mr. Morris's future, but we just need to get everything together so nothing's holding back. So if we can just get this set for, oh, this needs to be on Meg's.
Yes, his father is a victim of mine in another case, so the general safety will be handling it.
So
All right, and so what are we doing? What day do you want to put Mr. Morris?
The VOP day in December.
yeah, we can do
December 16th. Mr. Morris, we're moving you to December the 16th so that you can try to resolve your case. December 16th. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good morning. What is your name, please?
Zachary Mount.
Mr. Mowell is here today on, we have motions today, or are we just setting a date for motion?
We're just setting the date for these motions, Your Honor. We filed them. I believe the general was asking for us to set them in March.
You want to put them in March? What about March the 6th? That's the day the Alamo fell in 1836. I always like to remind everyone of that since I have my. Do I?
Since you were there.
I was. I've been to the Alamo. I've been to the Alamo several times, as you well know. But I had it marked off on my calendar, but I've double checked and I don't know of any reason why it can't be used for these motions. So,
It's fine with me.
all right. So we're going to move these manual motions to the 6th of March. Have they been filed? Or are you
They've
gonna?
been filed.
All right. I just haven't seen them. I just wanted to make sure I have an opportunity to review them before we have the hearing.
There's been 2 sets of motions filed, first set with response and,
All right.
And now another set.
All right. And that will be here.
yes.
All right. Now we're going to hear the motions your lawyer has filed on March the 6th at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, this is Christopher Oliver on page 3.
All right, Mr. Oliver's at page 3. Mr. Oliver, you're here to, represented by the public defender, Mr. Vaughn.
Yes, Judge, he's got a pending charge that goes to sessions tomorrow. This is also Mr. Richter's case and General Sagi's. If we can just get a December date for this.
December 16th. I'm trying to let your lawyer work on all your cases at the same time, so we're going to reset you from this case for December the 16th.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Now, this is Arthur Patterson on page 4.
Represent Mr. Patterson, Judge. This is another issue where there's pending charges out of Davidson County. If we can get a January court date,
You want a January date?
please.
I know I should remember that. January 27th.
And is Mr. Patterson, are you being housed in Davidson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll come see you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That's all we need with you, Mr. Patterson.
Your Honor, this is Ira Welsh on page 4.
All right, Mr. Welsh, you are here for arraignment on a charge of an indictment charging you with possession of Schedule 6 drugs from 10 to 70 pounds, a Class D felony. You have the right to an attorney. Do you wish to have a lawyer represent you?
If I got to, because I've been down 5 years, if there's any way to get this taken care of, because I gave my grandma 6 months to live 9 months ago. I've been down incarcerated 5 years since I've caught these charges. So if there's any way to get anything taken care of today, I mean, I'll pay fine. It's just, I'm guilty. I take full responsibility.
All right. Well, it certainly, makes the wheels of justice a lot smoother when the defendant just admits at the front end that he's guilty, so that we can go forward with it. But Mr. Welsh, we need to put you with a lawyer who can give you some advice. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, Mr. Do you want to have him brought over to talk to him?
Where is he being?
Yes,
He's
sir.
here in the jail, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Then I would love to talk to him.
You want to have him
What's-
bring him in
is
so
it-
you can
is
talk to him?
we-
Yeah, yes, sir. If we can get anything worked out, I'm telling you, I'm willing to work with him. I'm willing to talk. Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, bring him up, Judge.
We're going to have you brought into the courtroom so that the public defender can talk with you about your case and try to give you some advice and see what can be worked out. Problem that you have with saying that you're guilty on the front end is the state may decide that they want you to serve a lot more time than what you want to serve. So just listen to me when I tell you this. So if by admitting that you're guilty, then it frees the state to say, well, we want to give him the maximum sentence. Whereas you might be thinking, well, I'm guilty, let me have the minimum sentence. And it makes it more difficult for your lawyer to represent you and to try to work out some sort of an agreement. So I'm going to have you brought over into the courtroom and let Mr. Vaughn, who's a very good lawyer, talk with you about this case, and then we'll go from there. So
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
it's General Sagi's case.
Yes.
Well, let's get her over here. So we haven't seen her in a
If
while.
she's planning on coming, she was just gonna be a little late, because I think she needed to confer with Mr. Reed.
I'll put it on the second call. All right, at the jail, what is your name?
Joshua Wagner.
Widener is on page 4. You're here on a violation of probation represented by the public defender.
Judge, yes, I represent Mr. Widener. He's being housed. Are you in Sumner County, Widener?
No, sir, I'm in Davidson County.
Davidson County?
Let me give you, there's an amended violation of community corrections that I am handing to you that he's been being served with today.
Okay. Well, Judge, there's some issues that General Willoughby and I are interested in flushing out involving his supervision out of Memphis. We've agreed, you can approach.
All right, Mr. Widener, I've been given some background information about your situation, and what I'm going to do is to set a bond of $5,000. And if you make that bond, then you need to make sure that you report to your probation officer or community corrections officer. Mr. Vaughn can help you with that. He can make sure that you are connected with, but make sure that you understand that by releasing you on bond, you're back on probation right at the moment until we have the hearing in your case. Only reason we're doing that is based on what I consider to be some obviously information that may apply in your particular case. So we're going to give you a $5,000 bond. Thank you.
And can we set that in January?
Pardon?
Can we set that in
Yeah,
January?
January the 27th. So make sure you report and that you're here on January 27th of 2026 at 9 o'clock.
Yes,
All
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I represent Ms. Williams. That's here for a restitution review. She really just kind of needed to hammer down an amount that she can pay every single month. She's indicated that she can pay $150 a month. So now I suppose it's just on the carousel of every 6 months showing up, and we'll see if she's paid or not.
Can we second call that? I have been bombarded this morning.
We'll put in a second call. And then at the jail, we have Jennifer Thomason. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, that's Mr. Richter's as well. That just needs a December court date.
December
Yes, sir.
the 16th, Ms. Thomason, for a hearing. Your lawyer is working on your case, but we'll have to have you come back on December 16th.
Okay.
Thank you.